some concepts, okay? Or yesterday, last week I have taught some concepts. Now coming to this week, last week, there is one unit and second unit. There are some concepts I have covered. Coming to this week, normally, if you are not revising any concept, if you are not revising in middle, you are not opening any notebook, definitely you will forget information. Almost 90% of information will be, you are going to forget. That is the basic design of our mind. Sir, what we need to do in order to improve how to remember these concepts? Basically, so whatever the first today, I have taken one class. This class notes, if I teach almost 1 hour or 2 hours, if you think really the content, what you are going to get, the content is almost very less, because for explanation for me it is taking more time. But once you understand the information, it will take a very less time to recap that information. Yes or no? Because I am explaining some concepts for loop, but understanding for loop is very, it will take a time. But once you understand the concept, if you want to recap, you can able to recap within the just 2 minutes. Sir, okay. Now today I have completed one class. Let us example some concepts of arrays. For the next day, definitely you are not revising these concepts. Easily 10% of information you will be forget. Automatically it will be deleted. And next day, some 20% of information will be deleted, and the next day 30%. Like this, slowly, whatever the class I have completed, if you are not revising the concepts, automatically the information is getting deleted. At that time, there is no use of teaching. What you have to do? First thing you have to do is, first of all, whenever the class is completed, whatever you have understand, those concepts you have to write the short notes. What? Short notes. Sir, what is the short notes? You need not write whatever the information. Suppose I have completed some 10 slides or 20 slides of information. Need not write 10 slides. Whatever you have understand, and those information you can write in the short notes. Because today, if you write every point, that short notes, by seeing that point, you can recollect all the things. Yes or no? After once you will go to the exam, how many points you maximum will remember? Suppose there is a one concept, can you able to remember all the entire concepts? No, you will normally remember some bullet points. Yes or no? Some bullet points. Based on that bullet points, you will start writing 2 pages, 3 pages also. Yes or no? Similarly, after completion of the class, maximum you will get 1 page. You can write the bullet points in every topic. After that writing, next what you have to do? After maintaining a short notes, next you have to, tomorrow morning, suppose today some 1 or 2 lectures are completed, okay? Some 3 lectures are completed. You have written for the 3 lectures short notes. It is maximum like 3 to 4 pages. Short notes. It is only taking 3 to 4 pages. Yes or no? Even though I am teaching entire day, if you write into conclude, only it will take 3 to 4 pages only. That is the short notes. Next day, in order to recap this information, in order to next day morning, if you want to recap the information, how much time do you require to recap that information? How much time? Answer. In order to recollect the information what is covered in this today's class, tomorrow morning you are opening and you are just revising. How much time you require for that revising? Maximum how much time? 10 minutes. Yes or no? Maximum 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes of time you spend that day. Suppose next day some more concepts will be added in the short notes, right? So this is a 3 pages. Now some more concepts will be added. One more 3 concepts I have explained in the next day. Yes or no? So these 3 concepts and previous day 3 concepts, in order to revise the next day, the same information you are revising these 3 pages. Today it is taking you 5 to 10 minutes. Next day, how much time it will require? How much time? Less than 10 minutes. Yes or no? Because the starting day I have written the short notes. Next day I already revised. In the third day, it will automatically take less time only. Yes or no? Like this, if you follow every day, not only whenever I taught. Suppose you have studied your own some concept, you write a short notes that you include in our short notes. C language short notes or some other language short notes. Try to maintain. If you revising these concepts every day you spend only just minimum I'm telling, minimum half an hour. At the time of coming to examinations, you will be master in all concepts. You will be definitely master in all the concepts. You will never forget. You will never forget. Can you able to forget if you follow this technique? So daily you are revising, because every day you are revising the concepts. At the time of coming to exams time, you will not fear, because every day you are already revising. It will be stored into your subconscious mind. It will be stored into subconscious mind. Can you able to forget the ABCDs? Can you able to forget? Why you are not able to forget ABCDs? Because we have revised many times. We have revised it many times and it is stored into our subconscious mind. In your curriculum also, maximum 5 to 6 subjects will be there. So these 5 to 6 subjects, if you keep on revising, then there is a effective results will come. Yes or no? So this is a small technique. This is a small technique. And if you do in a consistent way, that means daily. Okay, if 1 or 2 days misses also, don't worry. You just again start. You start continue for the next day also. Don't give up. Don't give up. So yesterday I have not completed. No, today also I have not completed. Don't think like this. Okay. So this is a one effective study technique. Effective study technique before I start, because I will give this concept to every student basically, because if I keep on teaching, if you from your side, if your people are not learning, then there is no use of my teaching. I am teaching to the students. Yes or no? You have to learn. If you're not learning, then if I keep on scrolling all the slides and I'm completing my concepts, you people are not learning. So that is, I am not interested. Whoever is listening online class or offline class, you should concentrate what I am teaching. It may be, suppose you learn some 70% only. Suppose some 10% of information you may not understand. Don't give up. You try to keep on learning. Anyway, my teaching, if I know that I will be teach the student who doesn't have any knowledge. If you just follow my class, you are able to understand all the things. Suppose some basics are required, I will cover you, don't worry. Okay. Suppose some previous concepts you are not studied, don't worry. While explaining the program, I will try to recap you. Settle down fast. So this is what I want to teach. Hello, those who are entered now. Again, same story. Please don't make any noise. Open the notebook and write the things. I don't want to get any small disturbance also. Don't open your phones. These rules are common. Okay, sir. Now we will start. With the session. So I will recap quickly because some of the basic things I require. I don't know whether you have learned or not, but I quickly revise whatever the basic things I needed. Okay. Basic things I required is, data types. Yes or no? Data types. So what are the data types? What are the data types? Integer, float, or character data types. You know very well. These all are the data types. Data types. Okay, what type of data I am taking? Whether I am taking integer data or whether I am taking character data or whether I am taking floating point numbers. Okay, so this is a basic thing I need to know. Okay, next one is I need to know that what are the different memories. In the previous classes I have revised this concept. Memory, what are the different memories are available? What are the different memories are available? That are computer parts, whatever you are telling. I am asking that what are the different memories? What are the different memories? Secondary memory. In previous classes, I already revised. Once you go through the videos, secondary memory, and also those who are in online also. So you try to recap the information quickly. And next one is primary memory, and the next one is cache memory and registers. But for a programming, we always try to focus on primary memory or main memory. Secondary storage is a permanent storage. Secondary storage is a permanent storage, that is hard disk. What is hard disk? Primary memory is a RAM for simple understanding. Okay. So for remaining subjects, you have a much more information is there. But simple understanding point of view, primary memory is a RAM. So whatever the application you are running, at the time of running, it will be processed in memory. It will be processed in memory. Suppose I am running some application in the computer. I am running a small program. So this will be executing in the RAM on a memory after completion of execution. After completion of execution, the information automatically deleted. After completion of execution, information is automatically deleted. That is why it is a temporary memory. What is temporary memory? So this is what I require. That means if I am running any program, automatically we need to think about a background in the memory also. That is why I'm again recapping. Okay. Next one is, this is something about different types of memories. Understand? So I am not going to much more information. Okay. Secondary hard disk will be more size, and less size is compared to secondary memory. Less size is primary memory, and compared to primary memory, less size is cache memory, and compared to cache memory, less memory is register. Which one is the most costliest? Registers are costly compared to, so this will be order. Cache, this is order. So next, more costly is this one. Less costly compared to registers are cache. So compared to next primary memory, next secondary memory. Size also you see that, what is the size you will be second hard disk? Almost 500 terabytes. Sorry, 500 GB to 1 terabyte, 2 terabytes hard disk. Can you see that 1 terabyte RAM in normal computers? No, right? So RAM is less size because it is a much more costlier, as well as speed wise also it is a speed. Understood? These are something about memories. Okay. I am going into a programming next. Okay. So next concepts are data types are there, and some of the operators. What are the operators we have? What are the operators we have? Arithmetic operators, assignment operators, okay, bitwise operators, logical operators, very good, relational. Okay, so we have a different types of operators are there. For any programming you want to learn, so what are the operators we are using in the program, you should know that. Yes or no? These are the some operators we are using in the our C programming. Now, in order to write any problem, what are the basic thing I require? We need to write algorithm. What is algorithm? Step by step process to solve the given problem is nothing but algorithm. Algorithm is having how, what are the different characteristics? What are the different characteristics of algorithms? What are different characteristics? Every algorithm will have a characteristics of algorithm. I'm just revising for exam point of view, as well as characteristics of algorithm are what? I have every algorithm should have a input, and every algorithm should have a output, and every algorithm should, whatever the steps you are writing, the steps should be very clear. Very clear. Clear means it is a unambiguous. It should not create any ambiguity. The steps, whatever you are writing, it should be very clear. And also algorithm is effectiveness. The algorithm should be effectively works in terms of time complexity as well as space complexity. What is the time complexity? What is the time complexity of algorithm? How much time to take to complete that program is nothing but time complexity. So what is the space complexity? How much space to require to complete the program is nothing but space complexity. In the next coming subjects like a DA subjects, design analysis of algorithms, for every problem we will try to find out the time complexity as well as the space complexity for the coming semesters. Okay, at this point of time you can know what is just a time complexity as well as what is space complexity. This is what you need to know. Okay, and some of the basic things you need to know. What is a for loop? We have a different looping statements, right? In previous class we have discussed, and quickly I will revise. Suppose before for loop, we will see that what is the condition. If condition, if there is a condition, if the condition is true, whatever the statements will be executed, and if the condition is false, it will come out of the if loop, if condition, it will come out of the if block. What is? It will come out of the if block. Whatever it may be, condition may be anything. If the condition is true, if the condition is true, it will execute all the statements. If the condition is false, you can write one more thing, that is a block, else block. What is? Else block. Whatever the statements you want to print, here you can print in the else block. Else block is optional. What is? Optional. So that means if the condition is not satisfying, you can go to the else block. If you want to print something, you can print. Otherwise, it is optional. Suppose in ATM, user entered as a one pin. So whatever the pin entered is wrong, condition is failed. If the condition is true, then it will go to the next step. Otherwise, if it will come out of the loop and it will print something. Whatever you enter the pin is wrong. Try to enter the correct pin. It will display one message, right? So for that type of things, we use a else block. If the condition is true, execute this one. Else, it will, you can print something. Okay. We have this basic if block as well as else block. Telusa andarki? Yes or no? Okay. Next, similarly, one more loop, that is, now yesterday in previous last week, I have already explained all the loops based on the problems also. For loop, tell me what is a for loop? Execution. For loop, this is a initialization. What is? Initialization. And the next one is condition. What is? Condition. And next one is modify operator. What is? Modify operator. And in this modify operator, whatever you want, you can write the statements. Now tell me what is the flow of this first one is initialization. This is the first step in the for loop. What is the next step in the for loop? It will go for check the condition. This is the second step. And the next one is third step. If the condition is true, it will come out of the, it will enter into the block. It will enter into the block and it will execute. This is a third step. This is a third step. After this condition is after entering here, it will go here, verify and modify the modify operator. So this is the fourth step. This is the fourth step. Yes or no? What is the first condition? Initialization. Next, it will come to the condition. After condition, it will enter into the block, and after executing some statements here, it will go for the modify operator. From the modify operator, again it will come to the condition. Initialization can be done only one time. So it will come to the condition. This is the fifth one. And check the condition. If the condition is true, again it will enter into the block. So again it will go and modify. If the condition is true, again block. It will enter into the block. If the condition is false, it will come out of the loop. Condition is false. I am repeating. It will come out of the loop. This entire loop, it will come out. Okay. This is the what? Working of the for loop, because this for loop is very, very important in order to explain the next concepts of arrays. That is why I'm keep on explaining this for loop. We and previous class I have explained one more is while condition. What is while loop? While condition, while condition. So here we have a while condition. What is the while condition means? It will come to the first condition. It will check the condition and it will execute the some statements. It will execute the some statements and again it will go for the check for the condition. Again, if the condition is true, again it will enter into the block. If the condition is false, it will come out of the loop. This is a whenever the condition is false. Whenever condition is false. These are the basic working of while loop. Okay. There is a two more loops we have. While loop as well as do while loop as well as switch case. I will explain in the afternoon with examples. Okay. So now, freshly, we are going for the one topic, that is arrays. What is the concept? Have you listened this concept in previously? Okay, anyway. But we will do the programming, okay? So, you know, you might be know syntaxes, but what we have to do is, we have to learn programming. How to do the programming. That is very important. Learning syntaxes is very easy, okay? But only you have to work with the, so writing the programs. When you go for the next semesters, you have to start writing your programs. So for that purpose, this all the basic concepts will be useful. If you don't know how the for loop is working, you will not learn any language. If you don't know what are the basics of the arrays, you are not going to learn any concepts, other concepts. So whatever these basic concepts, you should be very confident. Then automatically you will learn the Java, automatically you will learn the Python programming. These all programming languages will become very, very, very easy. So now the first one is, now what is the importance of the array? What is the importance of the array? Why we need to learn array concepts? First one is, before I start with, let me give you some, if I declare int a equal to 10, int a equal to 10, in the memory, I already explained, in the primary memory, there is a space, it is created for the a value. There is a space, it will be allocated a value, in some address like a 2000 location, it will be stored. What value it will be stored? 10 value it will be stored. 10 value it will be stored. If I declare a single variable. Now, if I again declare that some a equal to 10 and I want a equal to 20 also. In the next step, I am declaring a equal to 20. Now tell me where it will store this 20 value. Where it will store? It will be stored in Because already one integer a variable is already created. In the a, I have a value 10. It will not recreate one more a because already there is a memory location already allocated operating system. So whatever for a already there is some memory is created and it is stored some variable 10. That variable again I am replacing a equal to 20. What it will do is it will erase this 10 and it will be stored what value? 20 value it will be stored. Like this, suppose I want to store 30. So again, the same a value, it will be, I want to replace here, 20 will be replaced as a 30. So like this, if I want to, if I need some 100 values, if I need some 100 values, so I need to create either 100 different variables. Yes or no? Like a, B, C, D, like this. I need to create all the different variables, 100 variables. Yes or no? So that is very difficult process in a programming. Suppose whenever I want to access the 100 variables, data, I want to store 100 values, I can create one array. I can create one array. This array is storing what type of data? Homogeneous. What is homogeneous? Means similar data only. Similar data. That means suppose I want to store 100 integers. I want to store 100 integers. You can store 100 integers, but you cannot combine integers value and floating point value. You want to store all the 100 values of integers, you can store. If you want to store all the 100 values of floating point numbers, you can store. If you want to store 100 characters, different characters, you can store all the 100 different characters. But you can not combine the integer value as well as floating point value in a single array. In a single array. So that is why definition is the array is a collection of homogeneous data. Collection of homogeneous data, or you can say similar data. That is what array. రాసుకోండి షార్ట్ నోట్స్ ప్యారలల్ గా. ఓకే, next, sir, then what is the syntax for the array? What is the syntax of the array? Ryan, I will give you 2 minutes. Hello, I will give you 2 minutes parallelly write down. Because if you are not writing anything, you will not remember anything. At the end of class, again, if I repeat, you will forget again entire information. Now tell me next. Quickly write down. Whatever I am explaining in the board, you try to write down. So that when you are recollecting, it will becomes very easy. Next one is syntax of array. Syntax of array. Done? Rasara? Next one is syntax of array. What is the syntax? Syntax. Syntax of array. It is the same as like our integer data type. So first one is what you need to mention as a what type of data you are taking. That is a data type. That is a data type. కాన్సెప్ట్స్ ఈజీగా ఉన్న స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి వినాలి. నేను ఎందుకు ఇంత చిన్నగా చెప్తున్నానంటే ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళకి అర్థం కావాలి క్లాస్లో. బేసిక్స్ నుంచి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ అర్థం కాకపోవడానికి రెండు కారణాలు. బేసిక్స్ రాకపోవడం. సో data type, what is the syntax? Data type. And next one I need to give array name. Array name, like that is a identity. Okay. So after that what I need to mention? Size of array. Size of array. This is the basic syntax of the array. Okay. Suppose I want to store some 10 values. I want to store 10 integer values. Now how can I define first 10 integer values? Tell me. Data type is what? Int. Data type is integer. And identity, you can give any name. You can give any name. Array name is anything. It may be, you can give a or array like this. Whatever the name, you can give the name. Name is anything. And it is a data type. And size of array. Suppose you want to store some 10 values, you can give the 10 values. You want to store 100 values, you can give the 100. You want to store 5 values, you can give the just 5 values. Okay. So a of what is the size? 5, and it will be semicolon. This is a syntax of the array. Syntax of the array. Now రాసుకోండి. Now how to declare array? Declaration of array. సౌండ్ రావద్దమ్మా ప్లీజ్. మీరు డిస్కషన్లు వేరే స్టార్ట్ చేస్తారంటే ఈ ఫ్లో పోతుంది మీకు. నేను స్లోగా నెక్స్ట్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్లోకి వెళ్తా, అందుకే ఇంత చిన్నగా చెప్తున్నా మీకు. ఓకే. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ ఈస్ డిక్లరేషన్ ఆఫ్ అరేస్. So let us see that what integer variables I am taking. I want to a of, suppose I want to store 5 values, 5 integer values. Those 5 integer values are like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now you need to understand here very carefully what, when I declare like this int a of 5, how the memory will allocate the memory. How the will be allocated. Let us example. Suppose I have not here. Suppose I have just declared only int a of 5. Just now, before that, I have declared only int a of 5. How the memory will be in the background? You see here, there is a integer type of, what type of? Array with 5 elements it has to store. Now tell me, what is the size of integer? Size of integer is 5. What is the normal integer occupy? How many bytes? Integer occupies, okay, 2 or 4, it's a depend on compiler. Okay, let us take 2 bytes. Okay, so integer is occupying 2 bytes. So here, how many memory locations? 5 memory locations. So the array will be created like this. Vinali, array will be created like this with How many memory locations? 1, 2, 3. 5 memory. Whenever int a of 5, that means memory will be allocated here some address. Every variable will have a some address. What is the address here? So let us start some address, random address. Okay, 2000. Next one, next memory location 2000. Integer occupies how many bytes? 2 bytes. So it will be, next one will be 2000. 2002. Next one is 2004. Next one is 6. Next one is 8. Okay, like this. This is a called address. Now, sir, how can I access? This is called a indexes. The memory, the array elements can be accessed through its indexing. What is indexing? Indexing can be start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a indexing. Now, int a of 5 means like this it will be created. Sir, initially I am not giving any values. Okay, I am not giving any values. Now, what values it will be stored? What values it will store? Initially, when I just declared only array, what values it will be stored in your memory? What type of? In the integer concept also I explained. What values by default it will store? By default, if it is a local variable, it will store garbage values. What is? Garbage values. If it is a local array, if it is a local array, sir, if it is a global array, then what it is? What is the difference between local variables and global variables, first of all? Telsa telvada? Local variables can be accessed only the particular block. Suppose the local means here, if some variable is declared here, variable 1, variable 2, this can be accessed only throughout this block. These are called as a local variables. The variables which are declared before main, those variables are called as a global variables. What are? Global variables. Now here also in the array, we have a local declaration as well as global array declaration. If you declare array as a local, then it will be a, by default, garbage values will be storing. Sir, suppose if array I have created globally. Globally means I can access throughout the program. Then what type of values by default it will store? What values it will store? This is a local array declaration. Local. Sorry, if it is a global means, if it is a global array, by default, 0 will be storing. It will be applicable for the integers also. It will be applicable for the integer also. Suppose if I declare a simple int a, if it is a local variable a, by default, what value it will store in the a? In a, there is a garbage value it will be stored. If I declare this int a as a, this is a local. If this int a as a global means, what is the initial value it will store? 0. Try to understand these concepts. These concepts are very important. Understood? Local variable as well as global variable. Similarly, array also, there is a, we can define locally as well as globally. So if you define like before main, we can say it is a global array. Inside the after main in the particular block, then it is a local. Okay. Global means simply in shortcut you try to understand. Before main. What? Before main. Actually program will start from the main. So if you before main, if you start, that is called it as a global declaration. If you declare global declaration, you can access that variable throughout the program. I will explain in detail in the function concept. Okay, don't worry. At this point of time, try to understand what is a local variable, what is global variable. Okay, how it is working and all those things I can explain in the function concept. Okay, so now by default it will be storing in a garbage value. Sir, okay, fine. Now this is normally if you declare like this. Okay, but once you are initializing the values, right, int a of 5, you are declaring here initializing a values or not? Yes or no? How many values? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now these values will be stored into the a given array. Here it will be 10, here it will be 20, 30, 40, 50. Clear? So like this, it will be stored into the memory. So this is a declaration of array. Write down declaration of array. Declaration of array. Try to write down quickly so that we can minimize the time. Because we need to do many programmings. If you after understanding basics, then the programming becomes very easy. That's why I'm spending this much time here. Next, రాసారండి కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్గా రాయండి. Writing notes is very, very, very important. If you want to revise the concepts, there should be some notes. If some PPT or PDF you find somewhere, from that you cannot learn, because I'm teaching here and I'm writing. If you write those concepts, you can easily revise the concepts and you can easily understand the concepts. Here I am, and also I am using PPT is very less, because if I start writing for every step, you will understand clearly. If I am just explaining what is there in the PPT, so it is difficult to catch you people. Okay. Here I am writing step by step so that you will understand very confidently here. So now tell me, now we will go for the next topic. Next, not topic, initial declaration. We will see some more declarations. See, sir, suppose I have defined int a, size will be 5, and I am declaring variables 10, 20 and 30. Now, how the memory will be like this? How the memory will be created? It will be created anyway, memory for the, what is the size? 5 memory locations will be created, because you are defining 5 size. So it will be in memory, it will be declared as a 5 memory locations. 5 memory locations. So the 5 memory locations will be created. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. The array indexing always start from the 0 to 4, like this, n minus 1. Okay. Next, what are the addresses here? 2000, 2002, 4, 6, 8. But now what about values? 10, 20, 30. Remaining values becomes 0. Remaining values becomes 0 because I already started declaring the variables. So that means 10, 20, 30, 0. Okay. Suppose if I start write like this, let us example int a size will be 5 and I have only the element 10. Now what about the memory? 10. So next it will be same. It will be 10 and remaining are zeros. Remaining are 0. Suppose if I declare here int a of 5 0. So what it becomes here? What it becomes here? All are zeros. All are zeros. This is a basic declaration of arrays. Basic declaration of arrays. Okay, fine. Write down. Next, we will go for the what after declaring here array, after initializing the values, what you need to do? What you need to do? Next step, what you need to do? Why you are storing the values? Why you are storing the values? Why? Initialization is done. Okay. Now while all values are initialized. So next, what you need to do? Why you are storing? Why you are storing? Why you are storing information into the array? Whenever you recur, you want to access the elements. Yes or no? You want to access the information from the array. So how to access the information from the array? How to access the information from the array? So that is very important topic. Return? Yes, next. No, no. Now I want to access the information that is stored in the array. I want to access the information. Okay. Now let us see that int a of 5, we are storing a values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and it will be stored in a memory location. That's good. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So now I want to access the 30th value. How can I access? I want to access the 30th value. Here in this array, I want to access. I need only 30 value. How can I access? This is done by indexing 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is done by only indexing. So how can I access the information? This is already stored in an address. Some 2000 to 2004, 2006, 2008. Okay. Yes or no? Now I want to access only the 30th. That means you have to access the value of what is that? A of 2. A of 2. So that means A of 2 means we can access the information of Here 30th value. Sir, I want address. Suppose I want to access address of the 30. Address of the 30. So how can I access address of the 30? Address of ampersand. Address of A of 30 కాదు A of 2. So that means 30th address is 2004. So that means if you want the address, it can be represented like a ampersand symbol. Okay. A of 30. This is the denotes address. What is address? Understand? So now the next one is I want to scan. That means I want to read the values as well as I want to print the values. Suppose I want to print A of 2. How can I print? I want to print the A of 2. How can I print? Printf. Tell me. Printf percentage. What type of data it is? What type of data, Andy? Integer data. So it is an integer data. So what you have to use? Format specifier as a percentage D. So percentage D, and I want to print only 30. 30 means A of 2. So this is, suppose I want to print address of A of 2, address of 30. Address of, you need to write print percentage D, comma, address of A of 2. Like this, you can access the information from the array. You can access the information from the array. This is called it as a accessing. What is? Sir, I want to access. Suppose I have given 100 values. I am storing 100 values. Here 10, 20, 30, 50 like this I am storing 100 values. Now I want to store, I want to retrieve all the 100 values. Suppose I am storing student marks. I am storing as a student marks. So thus all the students marks I need to access. At that time, how can I access? Just for one value, I am accessing particular location I am going and I am writing that value. Suppose I want 100 students information, then what should I do? Then what should I do? MSM. Iterators. What are? Iterators. What are the iterators? What are the iterators? For loops. You need to use loop, for loop or while loop, any loops. Now for this, in order to access the information of all the array elements, we use the iterator concept here for loop. So write down till now and we will go for how to retrieve the information from for loop. We will see. Understand? Till now understand? Any questions? Any questions from your side? No? Okay. Next one is, write down somewhat quickly. Okay. I will wait. ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ అర్థమైందంటే you can learn any programming, Java or any other programs easily. All languages, it becomes very easy. హలో సౌండ్ ఎందుకు వస్తుందండి? హలో రాసుకోమన్నాను అంతే, సౌండ్ చేయొద్దు ప్లీజ్. ఐఎమ్ గివింగ్ ఫర్ టైమ్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ ద రైటింగ్. నెక్స్ట్, next one is I want to access all the 5 elements. How can I access? Let us see here. Same story. I am writing here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now tell me here. I have defined here int. I am starting here. It is from the main. And int a equal to a of, sorry, just 1 minute. Here is a 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now tell me. So I have defined here. Now I need to access the elements. So how can I access the elements? First one is one more variable you can define here. Int I. There is a I value, because what is the index? It is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is I value becomes index. Why I am taking I? I is for to access the index value. So now we know very well that what loop we need to use here? For loop. For initial value, what is of initial value? I value becomes I equal to, what is the first initial? 0. It has to start from the 0 only. Next, I should be, how many elements are there in the array? How many elements are there in the array? 5 elements. So I need to access all the 5 elements. So I is less than or equal to, I less than, you can write I less than or equal to 4 or I less than 5. I less than 5 and increment value or decrement value? Increment the value, that is I plus plus. This is a for loop. This is what? For loop. Now in this, what you have to work, what you want to print here? I want to print the elements of 10 to 50. All the elements I need to print in the array. So what I have to use here? Can I write directly printf? Printf. Now what is the value? What type of value I am taking? Percentage D, comma, what? I of A of I. A of I. A of I. So now I can close this one for loop, and also I can close the main. I can close the main value. Now tell me, first I value. Vinadi. Now those who are not understand the for loop previously, I am explaining with this example. Okay. See here. I equal to initially 0. I equal to 0. Now next where it will go? This is the first step. Next condition is I is it will go for this. This is the first condition. This is the first step. This is the second step. Second step. I is less than 5. I means what? 0. 0 is less than 5 or not? True or false? True. I is less than 5 is a true. Whenever the statement is true, where it will enter? It will enter to the in this block, and what it will do here? So I value becomes 0 and percentage D A of 0. A of 0. What is the A of 0 means? A of 0, printing A of 0. What is the A of 0? 10. So the 10 value will be getting printed. So after this, where it will go for the next one? This is the third step. And next it will go for the modify operator. So what is the, this is the fourth step. Okay. So what I value becomes now? What I value? I value becomes incremented. I plus plus. So now I value 0 becomes, I value 0 becomes 1. I value becomes 1. Now again it will go for the where condition. What is the condition? I less than 5. So 0, 1 is less than 5. And what is the A of 1? What is the A of 1 value? 20. 20. Next, where it will go? After executing this statement, where it will go? Modify operator. What is I value? I value becomes 2. I value becomes 2. Now check the condition. What is the condition? 2 is less than 5. So 2 is less than 5. And what is the I value? A of 2. What is A of 2? A of 2 becomes 30. Now again, go for incrementation. What is the incremented I value becomes? I value becomes 3. Like this, 3 is less than 5. A of 3. And what is A of 3 value? 40. Similarly, I value equal to incremented I value becomes 4. And 4 is less than 5. A of 4. And what is the A of 4 value? 50. So value becomes 50. Now what is the incrementation again? Again I plus plus. It will go for I plus plus. I value becomes 5. Is 5 is less than 5? 5 is less than 5? No. It is a, the condition becomes false. Condition is false. Whenever condition is false, what we have to do? Whenever the condition is false, what you have to do? You have to come out of the for loop. Come out of the for loop. After for loop, if anything is executed, if anything is remains, you can execute. Okay. If some printf statement is there, all array values are printed. You can print that also. Okay. So after printing all the, now output is what? What is the output? 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Like this, if you want to access all the 100 elements also, you can access using what? Using what? Iterator, that is for loop. Using a for loop, you can access all the 100 students information you can access. And what is the concept we are using here? What is the concept? For loop is the next concept is array. By using arrays. Arrays can be implemented using iterators. Arrays can be implemented using iterators. So this is a one simple program to access the elements. Sir, write down. Next. Last bench student also should understand. That is what my goal. This class is not only for the top students or something. This class is for every student. Don't think yourself, I don't know anything or something. Those are all false assumptions. Next. Okay. instead of taking this array values, రాస్తున్నారా ఇంకా రాయండి. Okay. slowly complexity level I am increasing, but it becomes very, very easy. ఒకేసారి కాంప్లెక్స్ ప్రాబ్లం చెప్తే ఏమనిపిస్తుంది మీకు? హార్డ్ అనిపిస్తుంది. స్లోలీ మనం నేర్చుకుంటే ద ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ బికమ్స్ వెరీ ఈజీ. ఎస్, రాస్తే అయిపోయిందని చెప్పండి. ఎస్, నో, ఓకే రైట్. కొంచెం ఫాస్ట్గా రాయండి అమ్మా. Now next one is, I don't want to initialize the values like this. I want to take from this user. I want to take from the user, end user I need to take. I don't want to initialize this all the values whatever the 50. I want to take these values from the user. So what should I do? Close cheyala. Okay. Okay. I want to take from the values from the user side. Okay. So okay, any questions? So 12 we are going to end the session. From your side, any queries? No. So okay, those who are in online also, you can ask any queries. Till now whatever the information is there, if you have any doubt, you try to intimate. And meanwhile you do the program. I don't want to initialize here 50 this all the values here. I want to take this all values from the user side. Write the program, same program, but I am not initializing. ఇప్పుడే రాయండి. Just I will give the 2 or 3 minutes. We have a time, so try to write down. If I am keep on saying, you will not learn anything. You have to try. You have to try change. This all value I have to take from the user, not for the, I am not going to initialize all the 50 values, all the 5 values. Okay, that all 5 values user should enter. Okay, not only these values, he can enter any values. He can enter any values. ఎలా రాయాలి ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాయండి, so that I will understand how much you know that. రాయాలి, ఒక 2 minutes టైం ఉంది మనకి, రాయండి. అందరు ట్రై చేయాలి, ప్రోగ్రామ్ అందరూ ట్రై చేయాలి, రాంగ్ అయినా పర్వాలేదు. Everybody should learn the programming by doing mistakes only. Doing a mistake is the first step to learn. If you are not trying, you will not learn. You should try. Anybody done? Okay, once I will check randomly. Don't think that. Just try whatever you know, you try it. If you don't know, I will explain you. Don't worry. No change. Only I have given here no 10, 20, 30. I cannot initialize like this. I will only declare int a of 5. That's it. You need to take the values from the user end. Okay. Same value again. Values maybe user can enter any values. Okay, don't worry. If you are not, just try it. Afternoon we will do it. Okay. But I am just asking to try. Try for your end. Anybody done? ఫస్ట్ వాల్యూస్ ఎంటర్ చేసి లూప్ తర్వాత ఎంటర్ చేస్తారా? ఫస్ట్ లూప్ ఈ లూప్ దేని రిపీట్ చేస్తుంది? ఈ లూప్ నువ్వు ఫస్ట్ వాల్యూస్ ఏమన్నాను? ఫస్ట్ వాల్యూస్ ఎంటర్ చేసిన తర్వాత కదా లూప్ రిపీట్ అవ్వాల్సింది. నువ్వు ముందు రాసు. అవి ముందు రాయాలి ఫస్ట్, తర్వాత ఫర్ లూప్ రావాలి. ఈ లూప్ కంటే ముందు ఈ మొత్తం ఈ స్టెప్ అంతా ప్రింటింగ్ ఓకే. అసలు నువ్వు ఎక్కడ తీసుకుంటున్నావు? ఇన్పుట్ ఎక్కడ తీసుకుంటున్నావు? ఓకే ఇంతవరకు ఓకే, కానీ ఇన్పుట్ ఎక్కడ తీసుకుంటావు? నేను అందేంది యూజర్ నుంచి వాల్యూస్ ఎంటర్ చేయమంటున్నా. ఎక్కడ ఎంటర్ చేస్తాడు యూజర్? అక్కడ ఎట్లా ఎంటర్ చేస్తాడు? అవి జస్ట్ డిక్లరేషన్ ఇంటి అంటే ఏమవుతుందమ్మా? ఆడ జస్ట్ ఓన్లీ అరే క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది, అందులో వాల్యూస్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తాయి? అవు కదా. ఎస్, సింప్లీ యూ విల్ రైట్ ఓన్లీ స్కాన్. ఇట్స్ ఓకే. ఇంతవరకు నాట్ ఓకే 80%. ఓకే డన్. ఓకే, any queries? This program I will explain you afternoon, and we will do some more programs. So don't skip this class, afternoon class, because we will follow same this continuation. Okay, right. You can close Manav. Ali, you can close it. Close. మీరే చేయరా? మీరే చేస్తారు కదా క్లోజ్. Jamil Jumil here cannot here. Betul ni kaya nga trabaho. I